A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing great. Today inshallah we are going to learn how we can convert a grammatically masculine noun into a grammatically feminine noun. Okay, so we're going to learn their conversion. For example, if you have the word abidun, it means someone who worships. How we can make its feminine counterpart, and that's we all know abidatun. Abidatun. All right, so we're going to learn how we can do this. It's a very simple and a single step process, really. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, now first of all we need to ask ourselves that why do we need to do it. Okay, so the answer for that is that usually this is done for adjectives. Okay, so all the adjectives that are defining a feminine ism or a grammatically feminine ism need to be feminine as well. Okay, so that's what I've written here, that the adjectives for the feminine asma need to be girly. All right, okay, that's what. So that's why it's important process over here. Okay, so you see the word Muslimun. Okay, and the word Muslimun, by the way, means someone or rather submitting masculine. Okay, so Muslimun, the word Muslimun means a male or a masculine submitter. Okay, now if I want to convert it to um, its feminine counterpart, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to replace its tanween with fatha. As you can see, I've done here. The tanween has been replaced with fatha. All right, and where do I do? Of course, I remove the tanween from the last letter and I replace it with fatha. And once I've done that, simply I add the round ta. Course. All right, and as you might remember from the previous lesson, that the round ta or the timer bhuta is actually the sign of a grammatically feminine ism. So just by adding this round ta, you can convert a grammatically masculine ism to a grammatically feminine ism. Okay, so what did you do? You simply replaced the tanween with a fatha. All right, and then you added this round ta, and of course you're going to shift the you're going to put on the tanween on top of this round ta, and that tanween has to be of the appropriate Arab, right? So for example, if you have the word Musliman and you want to convert it to feminine form, all right, and you want to keep it in nasab, what you're going to do, you are going to replace this tanween with fatha. Okay, I'm going to write it again. You're going to convert this tanween with fatha. All right, so it's going to be muslima, and then you're going to add the round ta, and then since you want it in nasab form, you're going to add the two zabars over here or two fathas over there. Okay, so it becomes the nasab form of muslima tan. That's what. And similarly, if you have the word Muslimin, you replace the tanween with fatha, and then you add round ta, and then you add the tanween of jar on it. Alright, so it's gonna become Muslima tin. Muslima tin. Right? That's what. So now you can appreciate what's happening here. Muslimun becomes first Muslima. Alright, how? By replacing the tanween with fatha, and then you add this round ta that carries the tanween, or it carries the any harakat of the same Arab. Okay. All right. What if that ism is maruf billam? Now we have already done how we can convert a nakra ism into marfa by adding al. So I hope that this is something that you're already familiar with, and that by now inshallah you must have a grasp on it. what are we going to do? We are going to convert this word al-Muslimu, the masculine submitter, into its feminine counterpart. So we see that there is no tanween, of course, because we have our al over here. So of course there isn't going to be any tanween. So it's going to be al-Muslimu. What you're going to do, you are simply going to replace the last harakat with fatha as you did previously, okay? And then you're going to add the same thing. You're going to add this round ta or ta marbuta, and you're going to add the harakat of the appropriate Arab. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. So let me give you a couple more examples. For example, if you have the word al muslima in nasab form, okay, al muslima. So and this is of course masculine. Now you want to convert it to feminine, so it's going to become al muslima first. You're going to replace this last haircut. Now this is the last haircut and this is the replaced fatha. Okay, so don't confuse the two. And then you're going to add this round ta, and you are going to make it nasab by adding this fatha over there. So it's going to be al muslimata, right? So this fatha, which was actually the nasab, it was actually showing us that it is nasab. This has come over here on ta marbuta in order to show that this is nasab. Okay, so that's what. Similarly, if you have al muslimati, or sorry, if you have the word al muslimi, al muslimi jar form, it's going to become al muslima first of all. Okay, so you're going to remove this harakat from here, and it's going to be replaced with a fatha, and then you're going to add round ta, and this harakat comes back for jar. So al muslimati. Okay, so this is what, and now you can appreciate what's going to happen, what's happening here. Al muslimu becomes first al muslima, okay, by replacing the last harakat with fatha, and then you're going to add this thing, okay, the round ta, and that is going to carry the harakat of appropriate Arab. Pretty simple. Now try making various derivatives now. So I have the words for you over here. I have, for example, let's see, the word is abidun, okay, the one who worships, or simply the worshipper. Okay, so how are you going to convert it to its feminine counterpart? You are going to replace this tanween with fatha, and then you are going to add timer bhuta, and if I want it in rafa, I'm going to add two damas over here. If I want it in nasab form, I'm going to add two fathas, and if I want it in jar form, I'm going to add uh, two kasras. Okay, that's what. Okay, now you already know how to convert an ism, a nakra ism, to its marfa form or mu'arraf bil lam form. So what would you come up with? You are going to replace the tanween with single harakat. So it's going to be al-abidu, okay, and it's going to become al-abidatu, al-abida, bida, okay, al-abidatu. All right, for your feminine counterpart in mu'arraf bil lam form. Okay, so you are going to practice making these. Now, as you can see that I have written here, quiz is coming up. Okay, so you need to practice these, and inshallah we're going to practice loads of examples in the next lesson. All right, so our next word is kazibatun. Okay, now this is already kazibatun. Notice this timer Buddha we're here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back. You are going to retrace your steps, and you're going to form its masculine. What do? You simply check the tanween off along with the timer Buddha, and you are going to make this last letter carry a kazibu, kazibun. Okay, you're going to put this tanween back on the last root letter, kazibun. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. So kazibatun becomes kazibun. Okay, now al-muallimun. Kazibun, by the way, it means a liar, someone who tells lies. Al-muallimu, the teacher. Now this is a masculine word and you are going to convert it to feminine counterpart. How are you going to do that? You are going to, of course, now I'm not going to tell you how you're going to do it. You're going to do it yourself. I'm just going to tell you what it means. It's a how, what's the derivative? It is al-muallimatu. Okay, now how are you going to do it? I would want you to, work that out by now. Next, as-salihatu. Notice how I said as-salihatu and not al-salihatu, and this is because of the lam silencing capability of certain letters. I hope that you remember the Shamsi and the Qamari group. Alright, so if you haven't, I will post the link to that video, and of course you can watch that. So as-salihatu, righteous, and of course righteous who, what's the gender? It's a grammatical feminine one because we can see a timer buta in it. Okay, so it's as-salihatu, the righteous feminine. And if you want to go retrograde and you want to make it masculine back again, what you're going to do, you're going to simply check this timer buta off and it's going to become as-salihu. Okay, as-salihu. And if you want to check this alif lam, and it's going to be salihun. Alright, nakra form. Now these are the derivatives that we are going to practice in the next lesson, inshallah. Okay. Alright, so our lesson for conversion of the masculine asma to their grammatically feminine counterparts has been done, alhamdulillah. In of course, if you have any if you require any more clarification, don't hesitate to ask me, and inshallah I'll get back to you. Okay, so till the next lesson, barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-Hakim. Allah Hafiz.